Hit in the air to left field. That's deep. Back goes Chavez back near the wall, leaping, and he made the catch. He took a home run away from Roland, trying to get back to first Edmonds. He's doubled off, and the inning is over. Andy Chavez saved the day.
Eli throwing into traffic on the sideline. They're going to rule it a catch by Manningham.
Sanchez, corner of the end zone. For the second time today, Santonio Holmes on the receiving end of a touchdown. This one with 10 seconds to play.
This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Two coming. Popped up, center field. Marsh is there. And the Mets' 42nd loss of the year is their most horrific as the Mets bullpen melts down.
The bullpen has just been a real problem for the Mets, and boy, did it blow up today.
Beat the Mets, meet the Mets, step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife, guaranteed to have a time.
Meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Come on down and meet the Mets. Bringing their fans pain and strife. You're guaranteed to want to take your own life. Welcome to Sports Talk on this Monday.
Did you write that one yourself?
I did. I like it. I wish I said I freestyled that, but I was actually in the car. I'm going to nail this.
You should have said meet the Mets, step right and beat the Mets. That would be good.
That's what's been going on, Ross. I think that people know that already. It is what it is. The Monday edition of Sports Talk here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We got to talk about the Mets. We got to talk about the Yankees. We got to talk about the weekend that was in the world of sports. But before any of that, let me introduce everybody. I am your host, Joshua Yamahi, joined by Ross Levine. How are we doing?
I'm good. Go Dodgers. That's all. They lost, but I'm proud. I'm proud I got out.
You got out?
I got out.
You got out? You got out the game?
Well, yeah. I mean, I play this song for the Mets. This is a perfect song by Tom Petty, Free Fallin'. That's a perfect song for the New York Mets.
Hey,
Free Fallin'.
You better chill before I go looking for that one, too.
Perfect song.
Jake Boyko, how are we doing today? The lone Yankee fan in the room.
Yes, sir. Doing good. I don't know how my Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the Rangers, but I'm not going to complain, so I'm doing good. All
right. Devin O'Shea, another Mets fan in the room. How are we doing this fine Monday?
I'm doing pretty well. Worked this morning.
Wait, you worked this morning?
Yeah, Mets lost yesterday. Really tough.
Really tough. Liam Flynn, how are we doing today?
Yes, sir. I watched all 3 Met games this weekend, so I'm not doing
I feel bad for you.
I'm not doing great, but, what else can you say?
How would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. I had some hope. I had a little bit of hope.
I get that.
And that's too much when you're a Mets fan. That's just way too much.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it ain't much else to do but get right into it. But before we do, call the number 516-572-7440. Mets fans, I want to hear from you. You can also text the number if you're too shy to call. 516-905-WHPC. That is 516-905-9472. All right, let's get to it. The Mets, I wrote in the topic sheet, they set a new low. That's saying something if you're a Mets fan. I've been a Mets fan since 2006. 2006. Ever since then, I can go down the list. I've seen Carlos Beltran strike out looking in the NLCS Game 7. I've seen the Mets blow a 7-game lead with 17 games to play in 2007. Next year, they blow a 3.5-game lead with 17 to play. Not as bad, but still equally embarrassing. 2009, first year in Citi Field. First batter that was up against the Mets hit a home run. That's how Citi Field opened. I can keep going. Jason Bay, that was a big signing in 2009. 2-pack of ass. We can fast forward all the way to 2015 because there was a bunch of NPCs playing for the Mets in between that time period. I can bring up some names like who the hell is Mike Baxter? Who is that? Who is that? That's what we're talking about.
Decker.
Matt Dendecker. Oh, what a team!
Man,
I'm trying to think that this guy's last name. Oh, Oliver Perez.
Oh, man.
What a name!
Ollie. I love Ollie. I miss Ollie.
Mike Pelfrey.
Mike Pell.
John Neese.
What about,
my God.
I was just gonna say the big lefty himself, John Neese.
John Neese. Oh, man. But you know what? We got Yoenis Cespedes for a trade deadline. And everything was looking up, and then, we fell apart in the World Series. But it's all good. We're going to come back next year.
At least he got to the World Series.
Yeah, at least. It was a proud moment in otherwise, shameful memory being a Mets fan. But 2016, who hit that home run? Oh, Connor Gillespie in 2016. Yeah.
They didn't score in the Mets.
Hey, man.
3-0.
How you going to follow that year up? 2017, Yoenis Cespedes falls in a ditch on his farm.
He was running from a boar.
Oh, man. Misses the playoffs. 2019, Mets have a good season, but they missed the playoffs and let the Nationals beat them for the wild card and let the Nationals win the World Series. That starts a theme here because you had the Braves in 2021 do the exact same thing. They ran down the Mets in the division, and then they won the World Series.
And then the next year, the Phillies go to the World Series.
Oh, man.
Well, think about it. If the Marlins go to the World Series this year, that's not happening. But if they actually went to the World Series...
You don't think Luis Ariz can carry the Marlins to the World Series?
No, he could, but that means if they make it to the World Series, then the Mets will win to go to the World Series because then it's 5 teams in a row.
I got news for you. The Mets is never going to win the World Series.
See, thank you. See, then why are you a fan of them? I don't know why.
Because this is blood in, blood out. I can't leave, Ross.
Yes, you can. It's easy.
The pain is addicting.
It's addicting.
I have such a simple solution for all of you.
What's up?
I have such a simple solution for all of you.
Oh, man. What is it?
Just come to the Bronx.
Hey,
is it really that hard?
Bad.
I mean, let's be
Absolutely
real.
Not.
I don't want to bring up the magic number 27, but
at least
I might have to.
Go to any team. I don't care. Dodgers aren't bad. Hey, they were from Brooklyn. At least they were here.
That's your excuse?
That's true.
They were there. I mean, they were.
They're also on the other side of the country now.
That's true. But, all right. They win. Somewhat.
So do the Yankees. Not this year,
really.
but normally.
I don't know. You got Hal Steinbrenner sounding real loserish on the radio talking about, I don't know why the fans is complaining. It's June.
If you could take any owner in the league that cares about their team less than him, I don't think there is anyone. I've never. Don't even get me started about Hal Steinbrenner, but how do you not know like why the fans are mad? Like, you just lied about Aaron. All right, we're not talking about the Yankees yet, but.
Oh, no, tell them what they lied about.
Yeah, no. Like, so Aaron Judge, obviously the injury at Dodger Stadium. How do you go from a sprained toe to something that's teared? Like, something is just so off there that like the team reported that at first, and I don't know. something's very fishy about that, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna do some big investigation on the Yankees. That's a little crazy, but let's go with the Mets. Let's start with the Mets. I can't really explain best what happened yesterday. I'm gonna just play the audio of Gary Cohen. Really, just the series of events in the 8th inning. He put it perfectly. You know, Gary Cohen's one of the best in the business. Listen and enjoy.
And he grounds one to third, a chance for two. Beatty hesitates and throws low, and everybody's safe. Harper scores it 6-4, and the bases remain loaded. Mets had a chance for two and got none. 3-2 coming from Brigham to Marsh. And it's low, ball 4. That'll force it a run. It's now a 6-5 Met lead. A bases loaded walk brings in Real Muto with the second run of the inning. And now the Phillies with 2 runs home of the bases loaded and nobody out. And inside and hit him, and the game is tied. Schwarber is hit by the pitch. Stott comes in to score, and the Mets have let a 3-run lead get away. It's now 6-6. Bohm is now the lead run at third, Marsh at second, Schwarber at first. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. And he hits him! And the Phillies take the lead. 2 consecutive bases loaded, hit by pitches, and the Phillies go in front 7-6. Bullpen meltdown.
Oh, my word. Oh my word! Yeah, I agree with Keith Fernandez that you can't script no. Like if you wrote
couldn't
like
have scripted any better. They outdo themselves.
if you had like a screenwriter and they were working for a show and the boss was like, "Yo, we want you to script the funniest Mets loss you can," just the funniest Mets loss you could think of, is like you could not even write that. That was crazy.
It's gonna get worse tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna get worse. They'll find a new way to lose.
That was just embarrassing. Jesus.
I mean, I could hit a batter for that much money. Give me the ball. I could do that.
Hey man,
I could walk people. Fine.
I can hit people with pitches.
I could.
Yeah.
I could hit them.
Wait, you're telling me I don't have to throw strikes?
No,
Sign me up. Sign me up.
That's what Brigham's doing.
You can just come right in and my namesake Josh Walker. Shout out Josh Walker, NPC ass. 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 earned runs because of the Beatty error on the double play that we just played. 2 walks. He didn't retire any of his 3 batters faced. Good job. Jeff Brigham. Where can you start with this man? He walked in a run. He hit Kyle Schwarber and Trey Turner, both of whom are having like miserable batting seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? You just got to bail him out when you can. Why not? He was feeling generous. It's Sunday. Why not?
Yeah, you saw
mood, you know.
You booed. You booed. you see Brim's eyes. It's like his eyes are like lighting up, like after the game.
Oh
like,
man, anxiety attacks. I understand it. I get it.
And all I could say is that Brett Beatty, who is a rookie by the way, has more accountability than Buck Showalter does. Brett Beatty, a guy that just, right? I mean, that guy,
He said at the game, he was like, that's a play that I have to get done.
Right.
Like, that's the play I have to get done.
Yeah. And Buck's like, well, we used every bullet you had. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Did somebody say Buck Showalter?
If you had a chance to redo that 8th inning, would you do anything different, or was that
like how? What else could we do? That was kind of where we were. I was hoping we were trying to, just like last night, we're trying to stretch every out we can with everybody we got. And they're capable of doing the job. They just didn't do it today.
You know, I told myself I wasn't going to yell today.
You can rant on it.
No,
it's okay.
See, my mom's, shout out Mama Yumahi. She hates when I yell on the radio. So I promise, like I'm gonna try not to do it today. I'm not gonna make any guarantees, but when Buck says like there's nothing more I could have done.
Really?
What?
So funny at this point.
What do you want me to do? Go out there and pitch myself? He says the same thing after every game. It's like, oh, these guys are capable, but just not tonight. It's like it's every night. It's every night.
I know.
Hey man, it's crazy because
it's like, what do you think of this 8th inning? It's like, I'm proud of my guys. I'm proud of them.
Right.
They battled.
They battled.
Mickey Callaway is back.
If Josh's mom won't let Josh yell on the radio, it's time for somebody to yell on the radio.
Sean Novat has crashed the party, y'all.
What are they thinking? What are they thinking? What is he thinking?
Listen, man.
At what point are you thinking that you're a major league manager?
Yo, let me.
At what point are you looking at a major league team on the field? At what point are you even realizing you're watching baseball? That wasn't baseball. That was a circus act.
Man, listen, I'm going to just throw some gasoline on the fire because he's talking about saving Ottavino and Robertson. I know Robertson pitched 1 2/3 innings. He
pitched 12 innings. Yeah, whatever.
13 pitches.
I don't care. They're paid more than they should be paid. They should be pitching 7 days a week. I hate this whole resting bullpen arm thing. I get that, when you throw 100 pitches, you need 4 days off between games. But I don't even think it's ridiculous. I'm spending $40 million on you. You need to pitch more and you need to pitch better. That's the bottom line. And Josh's mom, I don't care. I'm yelling. Back to you.
Oh man, he said what he needed to say.
Out the door.
Yeah, I'll try to pick up from where Novat left off. I mean, where do I want to go? Let's actually recap the weekend. So let's go to Friday. Now, Friday, Kodai Sengu's kind of had an up-and-down season, but still has the lowest ERA of the starting rotation. Mm-hmm. Uneven performance, only 5 1/3, but...
he was not bad. I thought he was okay.
Yeah, on 2 earned runs, the error really hurt him. Brandon Nimmo played the only run of the game with his home run in the 3rd. Most Mets fans didn't get to watch it because of the Apple TV thing. Trust me, you ain't missed much. Saturday, Mets actually won behind Max Scherzer. dropped his ERA to 3.95. That's $43 million for a 4 ERA. Good job. Could be worse. Pham, Marte, Alonso, Nimmo, RBI each. Ottavino, and here's the interesting thing. I'm going to lead this into what we're going to talk about, what happened yesterday. 2/3 innings pitched for Adam Ottavino. And Robertson, he pitched 5 outs, and that's what Buck wants to sit up there and say. Oh, yeah, he pitched 5 outs. I wanted to give him a rest. 13 pitches, fam. 13?
That's less than a full inning usually. That's less than a full inning's worth of pitches, and he's worried about resting him because he had an inning and 2/3. The extra 2/3, too much. And
by the way, why are we talking about resting dudes when your season is literally going off the rails as we speak? And the season is now. You can't save guys for July, August. You might not even get there.
But hey, according to Buck, Drew Smith is coming back, right? that guy, that 4 ERA will come back and save everything. That guy gives up 1 million home runs. But no, that guy is perfect. Oh.
You know what's funny? I don't know, because Ross, you had this thing with Drew Smith.
Oh, he's brutal. I hate his face.
I'm going
to throw some gasoline on this fire, because it's funny, because he has a great fastball, right? He's like, I would just, me personally, I would throw it every single time.
Yeah.
But the second, batters see him, they're begging him to throw that slider.
Of course.
Once that slider comes through, it's like,
come on, man. That's too easy.
That's what they're thinking. Really?
Batting practice.
Right down the middle on the tee? Okay. That's what the Mets are getting back in the coming days, but...
When does he officially come back?
I think today.
Today, yeah.
All right, well, I guess we'll have to see him because...
I want to see him out there. I want to see him out on the mound.
Let me actually see what Mets tickets is hitting on right now. They better be $5 for the 300 sections.
My brother's going to a game in a few days.
Oh, yeah? I feel bad for him.
Got to pay you.
They really have to pay you, and they should give you free food at Shake Shack. They got to do all that. This is crazy.
Meet and greet with the team.
Yeah.
Buck saving Robertson for next season, I guess. Not for yesterday.
Here's the thing.
He's on a 1-year deal.
They got
years old. He's probably done after this.
Yeah. That's why they don't pitch him. It's insane like that. He's not available. He can't pitch. Dave Robertson can't pitch. And then when they're behind, he warms up. He warms up.
Bro. That's the funniest thing about it, because you wait until after the entire game melted down and got away from you.
And then you put him
David, get up.
Yeah.
What? If he was going to get up, why not? I can't do this, yo.
It's something that I'm telling you, Buck is either trying to get fired, which that's
he's
very
sabotaging this team.
He's quiet quitting.
Yeah, and he's he should get fired. Hefner, goodbye. Hefner's got to go. He's awful. I can't stand that guy.
Get out my face.
He's
like the roach you can't kill in your kitchen. He's been around forever with the Mets. You can't kill him. He's just gonna stick around.
He's so 3 of his 4 years he's been the pitching coach. Pathetic. For pretty much. And the worst thing is that they said that this team plays hard. This team battles. Okay, Buck, what have you won? Anywhere you've gone, right?
Regular season games.
Yeah. And what's your winning percentage in the matter? 500? A little over? So, this is why the guys won nothing. This is why. We're seeing it right now. He cannot manage a bullpen properly. And you can't, and also to make it even worse, yesterday, now that he doesn't use his top guys, but knowing that you don't have your top guys available, even though I think they did, Carrasco only goes 4 innings. You can't push him anymore.
You know what he said after the game too? They asked him how he did. He was like, "Yeah, all right. I only gave him 2 runs." Go, please.
Dominic Leone was warming up in the 3rd. In the 3rd inning.
That's all that needs to be said.
I think we need to have a roast for these guys.
A roast?
I think we need to have a roast.
Ooh, a WHPC Sports Talk roast of the Mets. I like the sound of that, actually.
I call Leone.
we need to have I think we need to have a winners and losers on this team. We have to roast.
Let's make a diss track on the bullpen this year.
A diss track? Who want to sing the chorus? Not it.
It's got to be Ross.
It's got to be Ross. It's got to be Ross.
It's very simple. I can name 10 10 losers.
The winner's part's going to be really quick.
The winner. Oh yeah, I can name it. Lindor, loser. Drew Smith, easy loser. Here, let me try to name another. Vogelback, loser.
I mean, it's pretty much just the whole roster at this point.
Yeah.
Except Alonso. I can't call him. I can't call him a loser.
Like except Alonso, but on the fact that he isn't even doing amazing himself. Like he's hitting bombs.
Yeah,
for
I can't call him a loser.
Yeah, like 220.
Yeah, no, it's not good. I'm not.
Need 250.
But compared to our entire lineup and our entire team, he's doing incredible. But he's hitting 220.
Yeah,
compared to our lineup.
Yeah, so I can't call him. I can't call him a loser. I'm trying. Let me see. Who else is it? Kanye, loser.
Why can't I?
He got screwed yesterday though.
No, he went around. He went around.
Either way, the loser.
But not even looking at the first base umpire though.
You got to call down.
Yeah. Even if he did go, and like even if it was right, like go to the first base umpire though.
In that situation, I agree. You got to go down and ask for help. But he did go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how Buck Showalter, like, even when he argues that call at the end, like, it's like he's, like, not even trying. He don't even care. He's just like, I feel like I have to argue, so I'm going to argue and get ejected.
The only reason why he got ejected, too, wasn't because he said anything. It was just the fact that he came out. The fact that he came out, that was
umpire
too much
said he was like, you come out here, I'm tossing you.
And that's what he did.
Came out, he tossed him.
He didn't say
really shower, you know what I mean?
He was probably just talking to him like, listen, all right, just give me 2 minutes, right? I'm having a steak for dinner. And then, listen, can you eject me, please? Please?
That's literally what it seemed like. Like, he did not even feel like arguing.
Yeah.
He was having a nice
My
little
wife
civil
wants
discussion.
me early for dinner.
Yeah, like, you want to do me a favor. Like, you can throw me out right here.
But that's another thing. Alonso and Vogelback. The only reason why Vogelback's not cut. This is how done this franchise really is. Vogelback's on the team because he's good friends with Alonso. That's why. That's why he's a friend. That's why he's here.
It's also because there really is nobody else.
Yeah, there's no other replacement.
So
Daniel Murphy's doing pretty well for the Ducks. I mean.
He's on the Angels now. They picked him up.
Oh, damn. Continue.
Epler. So Epler, loser. Buck, loser. Those two guys are easy losers for me.
What about Hefner?
Oh, Hefner's loser.
What about the hitting coach? Jeremy Barnes.
Oh, definitely loser.
I think with the fact that Cohen hasn't said a single word all season about how terrible we're doing, that makes him a loser.
Right. Definitely. Cohen's
Acknowledge that we suck.
Yeah, do something. Like I said on Thursday when Braden asked, like, yo, show some accountability. Like, you got to let somebody go. Like, this is the highest payroll in baseball. Yeah, I said it again. It's the highest payroll in baseball, but
they can't.
Yo, you're in 4th place.
I know.
You're what now? What?
15 out?
Yeah.
15 out.
8 of a wild card spot.
Yeah, it's done.
We have the highest chances to miss the playoffs right now. With before the season, we were one of the top teams for World Series.
We were actually the most popular World Series bet.
Yeah.
I knew they weren't getting
That's
the World Series. I knew they weren't getting there. I just knew it. Now,
I read that today. That's crazy.
I know, but like they brought the same team back.
Yeah, they did nothing.
They did nothing.
Nothing this offseason.
So that, like, to me, it was over. We should have realized this, the WBC, when Diaz got hurt. We should have realized there was no lock for this season.
Like, we wanted more bullpen in the offseason. Didn't give it to us. We wanted that DH hitter that we can put at DH every single day. Like JD Martinez or whoever, anyone except Daniel Vogelback, and we didn't do anything. We didn't get anyone to replace him.
We got. They love his burgers. They love eating burgers. That's why. That's the only reason. You gotta have more fat on this team. Seriously, you really
Ross
do.
Swinging through with the fat phobia.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, trim the fat. You got to trim the fat on this team because that's what this team is. Marte, loser, another one. Trim the fat, old dead weight. Get rid of him. Vogelback's another one. Onavino. I'm going to put Onavino in this category because he's 36. People think he's young. No, he's old and he sucks. He loses. Okay, that's what he's done. Everywhere he goes, he loses. And Colorado, Yankees, Mets, Red Sox lose.
I'd put Robertson in the like column. I've liked how
he's a winner.
He has a 1.6 ERA, and it's not his fault that he's not coming in the games. When he comes in the games, he pitches well. So I think he's the one or maybe 2 other winners on this team, but he's the one guy that you can't really say anything about.
Yeah, David Robertson is definitely not going to Buck. Like, man,
Alvarez is a winner.
13 pitches. I don't know if I can go, but like he's not doing that. I guarantee you, he's not doing that. Like
Alvarez is a winner on this team. I don't know if you could put Beatty in that for this year.
No, I think
he's average.
It's not his way of play. He's not a winner, but the way he takes accountability and the way he
100%.
acts and the way he collects himself, I think he is a winner too.
That was a veteran comment yesterday.
Yeah. And then he's a rookie. This is his second or his first full season.
Hasn't even grown facial yet.
He's also not polished third base. He's just not
right.
right.
He hasn't had he got drafted like 4 years ago. Out of high school. So he's young. He's got some work to do, but his attitude is, and you like that. You like that out of him. You like accountability because guys like Lindor, he's getting paid $34 million. He's not taking accountability.
No. He's like Kirk Cousins out here.
He's like, I'm sorry. I guess tomorrow maybe.
Hey man, so I wrote the question on the topic sheet. I think it's fair enough to say, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. It's time for a Mets managerial change, yay or nay? Where
yes.
We at?
Yes.
Oh wow, that was convincing. All right.
Yes. No question.
I say no. I say no just because what else is there for us?
Yeah, I just say wait till the end of the year, see how we end up.
Like, what are you gonna promote your bench coach because he's got no managerial experience?
Well,
Eric Chavez hasn't done anything. He was a hitting coach in a few places, but what else are you gonna do?
If you fire him, like, do you expect that new manager to even do better? Like,
right. Rob Thompson was a guy, and you look to the Phillies last year who did it. They fired Girardi, and Rob Thompson, the bench coach, came up. Rob Thompson has been in baseball forever. Forever. Eric Chavez has been a hitting coach for like 4 years. I think what they need to do, they need to fire Hefner. They need to fire the hitting coach because both of those guys had no coaching experience in the big leagues before they came up.
Mm-hmm.
So why you're taking this team? It's a win now team. You're paying guys $40 million a year. You're paying a bunch of other guys 10, 15 here and there, like Marte, Escobar. You still got to pay for him, even though he's in LA now.
He's not even playing for us, and we're paying for him.
We're paying all of his contract other than the minimum. I mean, that's where our payroll is going. The payroll is going to other teams. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I mean, you can't get rid of Buck just because there's nobody else. There really is nobody else.
Then you look at the Reds and you see how well they're doing and how like they have like their budget is like $90 million.
Yeah,
and
but
their third highest player they're paying is Ken Griffey Jr. The dude hasn't played in so long, and he's their third highest payee. And Will Myers was his second highest, and they DFA'd him. So like. That's how that team's doing. They're doing that good with that budget.
It's not going to last.
It's embarrassing that we have this much. We're giving all these guys this much money, and they're misperforming this much.
It's that, and there's no accountability. It's after the game. It's like, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
I remember like last season when we came back against the Phillies in the 9th inning.
Oh yeah,
and like that team had heart. That team went out every single day, and you weren't like scared of if you were going to score enough runs to be able to win, if you were going to be
and that's the craziest part is we have the exact same team and all of that's gone. They're all shells of themselves.
We just ran it back,
shells of last year because of that Braves series.
But I mean, we've seen this in Buck's prior stops that it seems like after 1 year, maybe two, it just falls apart. I mean, that's everywhere he's gone. And the way I know that they quit on him, I think they quit on him. It's pretty obvious at this point because Buck's always been that type of manager that they're buttoned up and they play the game the right way. They don't beat themselves. Well, that's exactly what they're doing. So I think they quit on him. I really do. I think it's obvious that they quit. They are not. There's no accountability. That's a managing problem as well. And you hear Nimmo when they ask him, well, why are you struggling this much? And he gives the same answers. Well, we're trying to do too much. Well, isn't that where a manager should step in and maybe say, let's not try to do too much? Again, that's what I mean by I think there needs to be a little bit of a new voice. Start fresh. Enough with the old school type managers because that doesn't work anymore. And let's hire a young guy that can relate to the young players. Because that's another thing. This team has to stop being the oldest team in baseball. Enough. That needs to stop, okay? Because that does not work anymore. Marte's a perfect example. He used to be a very good defender. He's shot. he cannot play the defense anymore.
Yeah, but look at him when he plays defense. He's not trying.
He's not trying.
Think they gave up. Not only did they give up on Showalter, I think they gave up on themselves. They just said last year we had a good year, and they looked at the team in spring training and said this is the exact same team that wasn't good enough to win their division or get out of the wild card series. So you look at
Joe Musgrove's ear.
I think the general manager failed this team because he did nothing in this offseason to address the bullpen. What do you get? Brooks Raley?
Yeah.
Thank God for Billy Epler that we got Brooks Raley in this bullpen.
I agree with everything y'all are saying. It's a big Mets misery right now, but
so much.
But it's warranted. We're gonna take a quick time out on Sports Talk though. When we return, it's time for a recap of the Yankees weekend series versus the Rangers, and also an unsettling update on Aaron Judge's toe injury. Back in 45 seconds on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by Pantanos, with 4 locations, including Pantanos Gourmet in Hewlett and Uniondale, and Pantanos Does Bagels in Garden City Park, and now open at 197 Atlantic Avenue in Freeport.
Their menu now offers homemade soups, made-to-order burgers, chopped salads, hand-rolled meatballs, grilled paninis, acai bowls, and more. Serving breakfast and fresh brewed coffee all day. Catering options are also available. Why cook? Pantanos delivers. More information and the full menu are available online at pantanosgourmet.com.
And ilovegreatbagels.com.
Oh, Pantanos!
Back with Sports Talk on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. You can call the show at 516-572-7440. My advice, don't dial star 67 when you do. The anonymous thing was getting kind of weird.
That was before.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Just you would be surprised at stuff people can say when there's an anonymous shield over them. That's just me. But
maybe it's Buck calling.
Maybe it is. He's like,
maybe we should give him a chance now.
It's Drew Smith. He wants to minute with Ross.
Yeah.
I don't have a word for that boy Ross over there.
I hate that guy. I can't. I hate that guy so much. He's like how Yankee fans didn't like Jabba Chamberlain at the end.
Shout out Jabba Chamberlain. I wasn't expecting a Jabba Chamberlain shout out today.
Well, that guy was shot at the end, so
he was.
Drew Smith couldn't even get there.
You remember when he had like all the mosquito flies on him during that playoff game?
Oh, I forget. It wasn't a mosquito. It was something else. It was some weird bug.
Yeah,
a midge.
A midge?
Wasn't it? Was the midges? He was in Cleveland, right? No, I think that's a real bug. That was a real bug. It was in Cleveland, right? At Progressive Field. I think they're like gnats.
I thought it was like bees or something like that.
No, that was a different.
That was somebody. Yeah,
that
was
somebody
definitely
else.
a bee incident.
You know how bugs usually fly around like pieces of dung? Yeah. You can also text the show at 516-905-WHPC, 516-905-9472. All right, let's get to the Yankees. Actually, no, I wanted to read off some stats on the Mets before we did. They're favored to miss the playoffs at plus 310 to make the playoffs, if you wanted to put that bet in. Good luck with that one. The Mets trailed the Braves by 15 games in the NL East. That's the largest divisional deficit in June since 2003. Mets have gone 6-15 in June. And once again, their payroll is $348 million. All right, let's get to the Yankees. So they had a series win against the Texas Rangers, the second best team in the American League.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how they pulled that one off.
They got pitching.
Yeah, exactly. Look no further than the pitching staff.
John Gray and Evaldi's been great this year. And Perez.
It's crazy. I mean,
and they don't even have DeGrom.
That's why they win.
Talking about the Rangers, I don't know. I guess they just decided not to hit this weekend, and I'll take it. But I mean, with the Yankees, it's so crazy how like it's either one night. I mean, disregarding their bullpen because the bullpen's been great all year. It's just talking about the hitting and the starting pitching. It's like one night you have the starting pitching, but you don't have the hitting, or you have the hitting, or you don't have the starting. It's like the most annoying thing, and it's just Aaron Judge obviously with this BS injury update. He's not going to be in the lineup for a very long time. So if people can't hit with him in the lineup, I don't know. We gotta figure something out here.
Must be nice not having to worry about your bullpen.
Yeah, it's actually very nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Must be nice.
You mean to tell me you don't have NPCs in your bullpen?
Not only a couple, honestly.
You don't have guys. You don't have guys making pizzas before they actually come on the mound.
Yeah, come from their second job.
Yeah, buffalo chicken pizza.
Vinny Natoli.
Yeah.
Part-time pitching.
Yeah.
Part-time bullpen pitching.
Part-time.
That's what these guys are. They're making pizzas before they actually go on the mound.
That's the sticky stuff.
That's sticky stuff. Oh yeah, that's the sticky stuff. Oh yeah.
Yo, y'all extra funny today. Yo, Ross, you in rare form today. I got to give you credit. We got a caller on Sports Talk. Caller, identify yourself and tell us what's up.
Hey guys, excuse me, Dave from Nevada. How are you?
What's up, Dave? Long time.
I just wanted to perk you guys up a little bit. I mean, you got to realize with the way the Mets are playing, when it comes to August and September, think about how much closer you can park at the stadium.
Hey man, it's still gonna be $40. I don't know about that.
Yeah, plus you got shorter lines at the concessions.
True.
Yeah.
That Shake Shack line been bothering me. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
No, but seriously, with the balanced schedule, teams like the Mets and other teams that are behind right now have very little chance of getting into the wild card. Because in the old days, you would play your division opponents 18 times. Now you're lucky it's either 12 or 13. So you really can't make up the difference as far as, especially when you get later into the season. You know, the old days you'd be able to win a couple of games and move up a little bit. But it doesn't really work that way anymore with the balanced schedule. And not to mention the fact that your owner, he's not going to be able to get many people that want to trade with him. The other owners are going to sit back and just let the Met ship sink.
That's how you wanted to perk us up, Dave? Sounds a little depressing.
Okay, all right. Then I'm going to give you a great one. You had a series in London, right? Is there any reason in the world that two teams have to leave the United States and play in London and then fly back? Wouldn't it make absolutely perfect sense to have the All-Star game in London?
I was going to say it'd be making good sense if you left the Mets in London, but I see where you're going. Yeah, that would be that. I'd actually rock with that. All-Star game in London?
They had a 2-game series, right? It was just 2 games in London. I believe it was Saturday and Sunday. So that's basically, you get 2 days of festivities. You get the home run derby, and then you get the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Well, how about the home run derby in Mexico City?
Oh, then they fly out at altitude. Yep, that would be fun.
My mom just saw Colby Jones. That's crazy.
No, like I said,
shout out, Mama O'Shea. Shout out.
But again, I'm an old geezer. As far as the Mets, you got to realize their problems go back, believe it or not, as far as the 80s, when they would not go into they would never leave Florida. They would never go south of Florida to get players, while the other teams were, going into the Dominican and other places, Venezuela, and bringing back ball players. And at the same time, the Mets had Omar Minaya, who was very capable of going. If they had just spent a little bit of money and put Omar on a plane and sent him down to the DR and let him scout the Caribbean, the Mets would have been a different team. And also, the Mets have never had a good catcher. They've always had second-hand catchers. They've always overpaid for catchers. And it's the same thing you're looking at now with DH. The Mets, quite honestly, don't understand what the position of DH is.
That's a good point. Like, Mike Piazza was really the only Mets catcher who was worth a damn. And then the DH, we haven't figured out since they really implemented it. It's really been a platoon every single year. So that's what's frustrating about it. Like, the Mets have an opportunity to get good players, but you brought up Omar Minaya. I never thought I'd say this, but I miss that man. Because Billy Epler is like, yo, get him out my face. Like, you're not even, you pale in comparison to what Minaya did for the Mets. Had all them winning seasons and everything, but, bro, Epler is like one of the worst I've ever seen. I don't even know why he was the choice to begin with.
Well,
why?
Because we couldn't get Stearns.
And also, nobody wanted this job. Remember that? It was like, this was like their 10th choice. So, like, that's part of it. I mean, nobody wanted to use Cohen's money, even though Cohen's the richest owner in sports. Or in baseball, you could, nobody wanted to use it.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's so obvious that it's actually revolting if you're a Met fan that they don't apply basic principles to what the game is supposed to be.
It's because every year they try to recreate the game. They try to do, it's like, all right, we're going to have Daniel Vogelback this year, and listen, he's going to have a great year. Look at the year he had in Seattle a few years ago where he hit 30 bombs. He's back. He's going to be here this year. But at least have something on the bench to go to if Vogelback starts to struggle or needs a mental health break. And guess what? He needed one, and he got one, and we had nobody to hit for him.
Who hit under 200.
He's under 150, right? Yeah. It was like a 125 by the time he got sent down, right? Yeah. So there goes his trade value.
Yeah, and you look at the Yankees, and the Yankees can pull somebody that's probably not going to be on the postseason roster. A guy like Billy McKinney or Willie Calhoun. Again, they're plug and play players, but they do their job for the time that's needed. And then when the trade deadline comes up. Unfortunately, guys like this fall by the wayside and hopefully get picked up by another team next year. But the Yankees always had the ability to put somebody in there that could actually move the team along. I know they're having a hard time now. Hopefully Stanton is starting to wake up a little bit with the bat. But, and again, you look at the Yankees, the strength of the Yankees is the bullpen. That's why guys like Cole don't even have to go 5 innings because, and again, Boone's doing a really good job so far with the bullpen. Being able to spot 4 guys an inning apart, maybe an inning and a third, bring in the next guy. And when you can shut down, a team like Texas, you've done a darn good job.
Yeah, we were extremely complimentary of the Yankees bullpen earlier this year, and all they've done is get better. Like, they put on a clinic this series. I was watching them like, even Michael King, who struggled leading up to yesterday, he got a big save yesterday. So everything's looking up for the Yankees, and especially that pitching staff.
He struggled on Friday.
Yeah, we don't got to talk about that, though. I'm trying to give him his flowers,
Listen, the bullpen's there, obviously. The starting pitching looks like it's on its way up. Sevy's looking better. Clark Schmidt's looking way better than he ever has this season. It's just, right now, it's the hitting. Arguably, right now, starting tomorrow, we have the biggest series of the season coming up, so hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that. But
wait, what do you mean? We're playing the A's?
Oh, yeah. A's in Oakland, baby. Biggest series of the season by far.
Yeah, I know. I'm in Vegas, believe me. Trust me. No, again, you got Rodon coming back, Montas, hopefully. And if one of the two come back in any sort of form, you've got another starter. So,
there you go.
Things are looking good.
Ace. Carlos Rodon was an ace.
He's looking good, too. His rehab starts. He's looking really solid. So we'll see what happens with that for sure.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one then.
You too.
You too, Dave.
Bye.
Thank you for the call, Dave. Good stuff as always. And once again, y'all know the number, but in case you don't, 516-572-7440. You brought up Clark Schmidt, and he started on Friday for the Yankees. So 5 1/3, 6 hits, 1 run, no earned runs. That's his best start of the season.
Beyond impressive from him. We've seen how bad he's been. The fact that he kind of just could pull that out of his back pocket against one of the best teams in the league is very impressive.
Against the Rangers, that lineup is crazy, and that's what he did on Friday. Unfortunate that it came in a loss because Michael King, like Devin said, that 2-run go-ahead home run to Adolis Garcia in the 10th inning. Rangers won 4-2. Fast forward to Saturday, another fantastic start from a maligned guy, Luis Severino. Only 6 innings, but 5 hits, no earned runs. That's good work.
So impressive. By far his best start of the season. Obviously, he was hurt a lot. Has not pitched anywhere near his level. But, he's looking good here. It's just, obviously, the hitting, once again, clearly an issue in this one. But I guess when you have pitching that good, you don't need to be hitting. But carry that with, you got to hit, but the pitching, it's going to bail you out sometimes, so.
The bullpen really bailed him out.
Oh, yeah.
That was
every night.
impressive. Because even though Severino was great, don't get me wrong, but his pitch count ran up. So you have 3 innings for your bullpen to really nail it down because the offense wasn't doing much. Billy McKinney, the only run driven in. Billy McKinney, team MVP right now. But Canley, Peralta, Holmes, and Marinaccio out the Yankees bullpen combined for 3 hits allowed, just 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts over 3 scoreless innings. Talk about good work. That's great work. Then you fast forward to last night. Yankees look like they gonna go down. Garrett Cole struggled. Once again, the bullpen did step up. How about the bullpen yesterday, though?
You can't even. There's nothing else to say at this point. It's the bullpen is bailing this team out to the max, and it's cragy.
Truly is.
We're so lucky. I'm scared to see what their record would look like if the bullpen wasn't playing how they are. No Judge in the lineup and no arguably the best bullpen in the league. I guarantee we'd look just like the Mets right now.
Oh, yeah.
Easily,
of course.
easily.
And speaking of the Mets, like, we just said how they walked and hit by pitch into a loss. Yankees bullpen, no walks over 4 innings.
That was all in 1 inning.
Yeah, like, bro, like it's funny watching the difference between what's going on in Citi Field and what's going on in Yankee Stadium with the bullpen. It's just polar opposite. But like we said, Garrett Cole struggled, only went 4 2/3, gave up 3 runs. But Harrison Bader,
welcome back, baby.
4-3 lead with that 2-run double in the 8th, and RBI single from Giancarlo Stanton too.
Yeah, he actually, that's kind of crazy. I didn't realize he could still hit. I thought he's paid to stand there at this point. It's crazy.
You learn something new every day, Jake.
Darth Vader. Master Bader.
Master Bader, there we go. But yeah, it's all looking good for the Yankees in terms of what's going on the field. I know Yankee fans are mad at Hal Steinbrenner still, and he's crying about it in the Michael K show. I mean, you can have that, but the real concerning news
fine,
is...
guys.
We're doing fine. Like, June. We were winning games in May. Like, bro,
we're
stop.
at 500, bro.
Let's get to the Aaron Judge toe update, the most infamous toe in baseball right now.
I'm sorry. It's just so confusing because it's like you have the Yankees coming out and reporting that it's a sprained toe. And then out of nowhere, Aaron Judge says he tore something in his toe. How do you, I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me on anything, but how do you go from thinking something is sprained to realizing, oh, there's a tear? I just don't know. Something seems so off and fishy about that to me, but I don't know.
You do it by lying to the general public about what the actual injury is.
That normally gets the job done.
Yeah. Like, sorry, we thought we got the MRI, but we never did.
It's crazy. I mean, that's such a horrible loss for this team.
Just give him Donaldson toe or whatever.
Oh yeah, seriously, I don't want anyone to get hurt, but like if someone had to get hurt, like Josh, I don't know. But
take Stanton. He's not going to be slower.
Really,
What's good with Josh Donaldson? Like, he's meeting with Aaron Boone during the do we know what's going on with that? That's weird.
Well, I just don't understand why he's a roster spot. Like, it's just like you're like 40 years old. You have gray, not even gray hair. His hair's like white at this point, and it's like you haven't gotten a hit probably in like
since Toronto.
Who knows? Like, it's ridiculous.
He'll hit a home run like once a week.
Yeah.
He'll do a crazy bat flip, and he thinks he's back, but
This is the guy that does bat flips on pop outs, dude. Like, it doesn't even like it doesn't even have to be a home run anymore. Like,
like 5 steps before the warning track. He's like flipping
unreal.
it.
Yo, Yankees Twitter kills me because there's a viral video going around of just Josh Donaldson looking at pitches. Yo, it's like a 2-minute video. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. Sit down.
He either looks at him or he pops him up to center field and he thinks it's a home run. So it's crazy.
Look, can I get another one? Okay.
Yeah, really.
Can I try again?
Now, you want to talk about looking pitches? I know we talked about the Mets, but how long would Daniel Vogelback's highlight video be? By just looking at pitches. And then what about the pitches that he looks at that are right down the middle, but he lifts his arms up like it was in on the hands? Meanwhile, it was on the outside corner.
Yo, there's got to be something like psychological going on with like playing in New York because
the yips.
It's bad now for both those guys. It's terrible. Like
it's all about the uniform. Mets have the uniform it's cursed.
Going back to
it's take the Mets cap off, just rip it, and just play naked. Just do that. It's probably better.
You think that'll help the team?
It might be. Than playing with that uniform.
You said what now?
Play with something else. I mean,
listen, I've heard of like rally towels or like rally caps, but like maybe if we just take the rally cap off, it might help.
Take the rally cap and the rally jersey and the rally
might as well just take it all off.
Rally cup.
Imagine that. Imagine that, like Howie Rose or something. All right, now here's Daniel Vogelback.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Who usually wears his socks high, but if you're not aware, the Mets are now playing nude.
That's not the visual I needed.
The SNY views are going to skyrocket as soon as that happens. Everyone's tuning in to see Daniel Berger hit a home run butt naked.
His butt would be so pale. Like it's definitely pale.
He's working at Shake Shack here.
Yo, stop! Enough about Daniel Vogelback's pale butt.
Kanye with the food. He loves pizza, so you just throw him a little pizza. I don't know.
Yeah, Mark kind of likes sushi more than he likes playing baseball.
Lindor would still be smiling if he was naked playing.
He'd be smiling bigger.
Yeah.
Oh man. To go back to Aaron Judge, you asked Jake how do you go from a sprain reporting as a sprain to a tear?
Yeah, and it's Liam said it exactly as it is. You lie. That's the only way to do it.
Well, he hit his coffee table.
Yes.
I'm no doctor, so don't quote me, but a sprain is actually a partial tear, and then I guess they had a full tear along the way.
It's weird. They had the Yankees had a very good homestand, or like a good series against the Rangers, and like that Judge news just took all the steam.
Womp.
Yeah, for sure. I think right because of just everybody's like, oh, he'll be back, he'll be fine, and then September. Maybe
September,
August. I don't know.
There's no way he's back in August with a torn toe, whatever it is. There's no way.
Sprains a tear, I guess.
I just know
what you wish for. Yeah, you don't want him.
I mean, listen, I hope he's back, but
I just know some old ass Yankee fans are out there like, yo, back in my day, we used to climb hills on the way to school, and he can't play with a toe.
Ricky Mantle played with 4 broken legs.
This guy's really good.
Thank you, Michael K. Thank you.
This guy's really good.
That's
this guy's really good.
That's why he's the best in the business right there. That's why he gets paid what he does. Great analysis. Let's do a quick weekend recap.
Nobody could have done that other than him.
No, just generational. Saturday night.
Jeez.
They had the game on in the bar that I was at. I watched a belt to cheeks, pound town type beatdown, like 25-1. The Angels beat the Rockies in Coors Field. The Angels scored 13 runs in the third inning. They scored 8 in the fourth inning. They had 2 guys with 5 hits and 4 RBIs each. And
how about Escobar?
Oh yeah.
He goes there. He just starts to becomes Barry Bonds.
Players take that Mets jersey off and they're like, thank God. Thank God. They got nothing from Ohtani, too. 2 strikeouts, 1 for 7. They did all that without Shohei Ohtani.
It's impressive. They're not a horrible team this year at all. No. They're really not, for once.
We'll see if they can keep it going. Reds' Ellie De La Cruz becomes the youngest Major League Baseball player since 1972 to hit for the cycle. So the Reds, that was their 12th straight win. They did lose that series to the Braves, but things are looking up in Cincinnati. If only the Mets had all that young talent and good coaching, good managing. Be nice. What else I want to get to?
They love old people.
Yeah, the geezers, as Charlie likes to say. Shout out Charlie from Floral Park. Let's go to some quick football news. So if y'all remember, Devontae Adams caught an assault charge on a Monday Night Football game. He shoved a photographer. And this guy's just like a wimp. Like, you pushed me, I'm going to sue you for every time. Like, bro, you're not winning that. Nope. Thankfully, the charges got dropped, so justice is served for Devontae. Damian Lillard and his agent going to the NBA. Going to meet today with the Portland Trailblazers brass to discuss the star point guard's future. So there you go. And lastly, I'm going to read this off. West Virginia University basketball. They hired an assistant coach, Josh Eilert, to replace disgraced head coach Bob Huggins. Bob Huggins is a wild guy. It's not just the DUI. Like, he said some crazy stuff on a radio interview.
Well, that's how he got fired, right? That was the nail in the coffin. Like, he said something wild, and he was just laughing, and everybody else was laughing with him.
Yeah, to be fair, they really set him up for that. They was really like, oh, yeah, Bob, he's so funny. You just said this messed up thing that might get you fired. Keep going.
Yeah.
It is time to beat the buzzer. Ross, what you got?
So the New York Knicks, I'm glad that we have free agency at some point coming soon. It seems like we can definitely use some shooting, and I like our future, which is something that I never thought I would say in years.
We'll see what they do. I know Josh Hart extended his option deadline to Thursday. That's the day right before free agency.
Love that.
Knicks again, Paul George.
That's a bold take.
That's a guarantee?
For who, though?
RJ Barrett. Book it.
Hey, we gonna see.
Book it.
Jake, what you got for us?
I don't know. I mean, listen, I'll talk about the little John Collins trade that just happened because I'm a little bit confused about that one.
Yeah.
John Collins for Rudy Gay in a second?
Danny Ainge is a miracle worker. Bro.
I understand it's like a salary dump type of thing, but I don't know. I'm just kind of little shaking my head with. I'm not shaking my head, scratching my head a little bit with that one.
I'm shaking my head.
Yeah,
That's a dumb trade.
I just don't understand it in any way.
Danny Ainge is he's a ripoff artist.
I didn't even know that Rudy Gay still had a job, honestly. I thought he retired like 10 years ago.
Shout out Rudy Gay. My guy. So he's headed to Atlanta?
Yeah, he's going to Atlanta, and John Collins is going to Utah.
Well, I heard that the Hawks are looking to go into the luxury tax during this offseason and trying to sign some big names. So that's probably why the trade happened, trying to get off the salary to be able to sign one of the big names.
Definitely.
But I don't really know. There's not really any big names in free agency this offseason really much.
Yeah, who are you going for?
Like, I was like, there's James Harden, but you have Trae Young and DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good fit.
Can I interest them in this man?
What's up, everybody? It's Draymond Green.
I mean, that'd be a pretty cool fit with, like...
That'll get them in the luxury tax.
Yeah.
$100 million OTW for Draymond Green. That's crazy. Devin, that's your buzzer beater?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the Hawks do going into luxury tax and who they sign. Could be Chris Middleton, Draymond, Brook Lopez, lots of names.
All right. Cool, good stuff. Liam, what you got?
Did anybody see Victor Wembanyama miss all those jump shots in the first time he's wearing a Spurs uniform?
He was a little nervous.
He's done.
He looked.
He's washed.
I don't know. And then he missed like 4 or 5 jump shots in front of everybody, and all the media is like, and then he walks up to pick the basketball that didn't go in up off the ground. He shoots a little layup, and then everybody's cheering, and he runs off the court. Nowhere to be seen again, and he's not playing in the World Cup either, which I guess is good. Got to fix that shot while you can. But yeah, I mean, that was just stunning to see him missing 4 straight wide open jump shots.
He was a little nervous,
He looked tense. He looked mid-range shots, can't hit him.
They used to call that back in the day lemon booty syndrome. When you get nervous, you're never mind.
I saw all of them have dinner together. Him, Tim, David Robinson, Manu was there, Sean Elliott was there. So it was pretty
Maybe
cool.
you should get to know his teammates and not guys who played there like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my take.
All right.
Shout out to the little bro that graduated the other day.
Shout out.
I guess it's my turn to beat the buzzer real quick.
Here we go.
What you got?
Jordan Poole. He's the newest Washington Wizard.
Mia Khalifa.
What? You just really wanted me to play this.
She's a porn
There's no other reason you would want me to play. There's no reason you would say that.
Who is he playing for in Washington? It's her.
There's a nice little club called Rose Bar. I don't know if you heard of it. Jordan Poole about to drop 50, not on the court, in that club.
Who's he doing for? Kamala Harris?
Probably. What else does he have? Kamala.
What else does Washington have?
Nancy Pelosi, she's moving out soon. She's almost done, so get her while you can, right?
Hey, we're leaving it there.
He's going to be a star in Washington.
I can actually see Pelosi and Poole, power couple. Yeah. That'll do it for the Monday edition of WHPC Sports Talk. Thank you once again for rocking with us. Us being Ross Levine, Jake Boyko, Devin O'Shea, Liam Flynn, and myself, Joshua Yamahi, on the voice of Nassau Community College. 90.3 WHPC.